Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Businessman shot dead in Westmoreland. A Chinese businessman was reportedly shot dead and 2 others injured after gunmen robbed a mini-mart in Waters Works, Westmoreland on Sunday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as Ken of Petersfield in the parish. Reports from the Wheaton police are that about 12 p.m., Ken was at his store when armed men entered demanding money. The armed robbers then reportedly opened fire at Ken and the other men before making their escape with cash and other items. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, all 3 men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital, where Ken was pronounced dead and the others admitted. Investigations are ongoing. Vendor becomes second fatality in Cyne Crash. A vendor became the second casualty from Sunday afternoon motor vehicle accident on the Barker Main Road in Trelawney. Dead is 53-year-old Sharon Hackett, affectionately called Moffett. Her death follows that of 39-year-old nurse Ava Allen of Steertown, St. Anne. Hackett, who was of a Linstead St. Catherine address, died in the Falmouth Public General Hospital while undergoing treatment. Reports from the police are that sometime about 4:30 p.m., Allen was driving a Toyota Altis motor car towards Falmouth when she lost control of the vehicle. The Altis reportedly veered into the path of a Mitsubishi Canter motor truck in which Hackett was a passenger. The truck was traveling in the opposite direction. Allen, Hackett, and the driver of the truck received injuries and were taken to the Falmouth Public General Hospital, where Allen was pronounced dead. The vendor succumbed to her injuries about 7:50 p.m. while undergoing treatment. The Trelawney police are investigating. Cops probe taxi driver's killing in St. Andrew. Police are trying to unravel the circumstances behind the fatal stabbing of a taxi driver in the St. Andrew North Police Division on Sunday. The deceased, 67-year-old Derek Burke, otherwise called Bird, who is from Jacksontown on Mullines Road, Kingston 19, died while being treated at hospital. Reporters understand that about 11:10 a.m., residents called police emergency and reported that Burke was stabbed. He reported then went into his black Nissan, left the motor car and drove off. Burke, the police stated, crashed into a concrete wall at 111 Red Hills Road. From there, a motorist assisted the now deceased to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. Police said that they have been trying to decipher what had led to Burke's stabbing and find his attacker or attackers. KSAMC partners with Hartworth NSTA to train street vendors across the municipality. The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation KSAMC has partnered with the Hartworth NSTA to train and certify street vendors, especially those in small food operations across the municipality. This was announced by Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, who notes that the training will begin within the next 2 weeks. The announcement follows last week's shutting down of the crab stores at Hero Circle following a viral video with a vendor involving in unsanitary practices. Following a meeting with the Hartworth NSTA to discuss the plan, Mayor Williams stated the training will be extended to the various popular food spots. He said for far too long a practice has existed where someone randomly steps out of a shop and begins selling food to people. The mayor said the training will include theory and practical sessions, and there will be follow-up refresher courses. He also stated that each vendor will receive certificate upon completion of the training.
We met with representatives of Hartworth NTA. We are pursuing and we were finalizing a partnership to have street food vendors properly trained. The course that we're looking at, which we have been speaking to the Hartworth NTA, and which they have proposed, is the small food facility operation, which will cover areas that would be critical in terms of food preparation and handling to the public, and they believe that it would enhance the professionalism and it would make the entire process of preparing food for the public safe. There are some areas that evolve over many years, 30, 40, 50 years, and have created a brand for themselves. That would be one. The crop circle evolved over 20, 30, 40 years, and that area has become quite popular. Then there is the Arborview roundabout, and there is the Reddings Road jerky areas, and there is also Mulines Road. So there are a number of these kinds of operations. A part of the training component would be the practical. They would have to prepare meals, and that's part of the assessment. So there's a theory to the assessment, but there's also the practical side of the assessment. The training program will last about, I would say, 5 days, and then the assessment will come thereafter. And once they would have completed successfully the assessment, then from there on it will have to be just monitoring. And then we have discussed this also with our trust. NTA is also having a continual program. So they would have refreshers courses that they would be engaged at some other time. Teacher training and certification. So they will be trained and certified once they complete the assessment successfully. We are looking to begin the training either next week or the following week.
More than 200 Clarendon residents to get electricity. More than 200 Clarendon residents in 2 communities are to benefit from a $25 million project under the Rural Electrification Program (REP), administered by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund (JSIF). The beneficial communities are Citron Street and Cotton Hill. In Citron Street, wiring and installation will be done on 160 houses, and 120 houses will be done in the Cottage Hill community. While on a tour in the communities on October 5th, Minister of Energy Darrell Valls said a contract was sure to be awarded for the project, which will facilitate infrastructural works such as poles and cover costs to wire the houses. The cost is prohibitive for a number of residents in the rural area. No citizen will be asked to pay for the wiring. What they'll be asked to do is connect to JPS Jamaica Public Service Company when it comes to the district, and there will be zero tolerance in relation to the theft of electricity after the community has been wired, Valls stated. The Energy Minister called for the community members to protect themselves from that type of activity, as JPS and the police will be acting against electricity theft in the area. According to Valls, where his ministry states, J.C. Hutchinson, Member of Parliament for Clarendon North Central, Robert Morgan, and Managing Director of JSIF, Omar Sweeney. The contract will start in November and is expected to last until the end of January or February, at which point all the residents will have access to JPS, which will come here, make sure that the applications are fulfilled, and the residents will get legal electricity, he stated. For his part, Morgan said none of the 2 communities have proper electricity, with some persons running wires up to 600 meters to obtain the service. He said that during his campaign to become the Member of Parliament, the issue dominated concern by the residents, and we want to regularize them so that they can feel as part of the society. The REP aimed to extend electricity to rural Jamaica as part of the government's commitment to provide the entire island with access to electricity, stimulate economic and social activities in rural Jamaica, and provide a better quality of life in rural communities.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.